There are lots of stalls, but they all work on the same basic principle. Master this and you can apply it anywhere. This chapter relates closely to the Know Your Orbit chapter. A stall is a lot like entering a loop, but even more precise. The technique is to move a specific distance at a specific point on the orbit. Take a look. Move your hand 1 poi length in a straight line directly to where the poi head is. When you get there, the poi will have stalled at a right angle. That's it, really. The rest is just practice. We'll walk you through it. Spin a poi in the wall plane, coming upwards in the center. When the poi head reaches the outside of its orbit, quickly move straight over and stop your hand at the spot it used to be. It should stop completely with no residual swing or speed. As a side note, you'll often see stalls that are slower and larger, like this. What happens is that by lifting your hand out of the straight stalling line, the arc is made longer. The vertical motion isn't necessary for the stall, but it can add a different flavor to the move. Okay, that was an easy one. Swing the poi the same way you were, making sure it isn't moving slowly. Now, when it reaches the inside of its orbit, exactly horizontal, move straight in. It stalls up. If the angle it stalls isn't straight up, you move too early or too late. If it only goes partway up and looks floppy, spin the poi a little faster before you stall. All you need now is more practice. Horizontal stalls use the same technique. As the poi head reaches the top of its orbit from either direction, move straight up the length of 1 poi. To get a little more hang time horizontally, start lifting your hand slightly before the poi head reaches the top. Then lift your hand slightly farther than 1 poi length until you're level with the poi head. Repetition is the key to smoothing it out. We're about to show you lots of moves with stalls, but there's an important point to make first. 0 points are when the poi head isn't moving and has no inertia. It's a moment of perfect neutrality that happens right at the end of a stall. From a 0 point, you can do anything and the poi will follow willingly, because it didn't have any other plans or forces for you to counter. You can move it in any direction and in any plane. That's very powerful if you know how to use it right. So far, we've shown ending the stalls by reversing the direction. It looks like you rewind the move. But when we show you tricks with stalls, all bets are off, and sometimes we'll go different ways from the 0 point. Notice also, if you've seen the linear chapter, that the stall technique is 1/2 of a linear isolation. You make a line one way, but don't pull it back out. So a linear isolation also has a 0 point right in the middle of it. Here are some of our favorite stall moves, although there is no end to the possibilities. As we demonstrate them, notice the role that's played by the distance between the hands. The same poi stall looks different if the hands meet, stop at 1 poi length, or stop at 2 poi lengths. All the timing and direction combos have their own stalls. You can stall in any plane, including behind the back. Here are some of the possibilities for using the 0 points. In these examples, both poi reach a 0 point, but while one poi continues through a linear isolation, the other changes direction and comes back out of the stall. Plane bending is a whole box of possibilities that we're not even going to open. Well, okay, let's peek under the lid. One idea for plane bending comes right out of 0 points. With a 0 point, you can stop the poi with a loop, then pull it out in a new plane. For dynamic plane bending, imagine bending the orbit during the loop, without ever fully stopping the poi, so it exits the loop in a new plane. Take that idea and go as far as you can with it.